Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, New Inside Art. My name is Newman and today we are going to talk about home trends, but we are not going to talk about the ones that are poppin'. We're going to talk about the ones that actually suck. So I've curated a list of about interior design home trends to avoid forever or for the time being because it's just not working and we can think of other things to replace them. So coming in at number one, we have all white everything. I think this is a home trend that has been repeated multiple times throughout the years. I kid you not, people are still doing it. People think if they go all white, they'll look kind of like luxury, rich, and it works in some cases, but after a while, it becomes so sterile. So listen, from an investor's perspective, I totally get it. Like if you're going to flip your house, if you're going to renovate and you want to appeal to the masses, white is your best bet because you want to have it super clean. And it's so funny because as I'm talking, I'm literally in the all white office. However, it's not completely white. I think it's an alabester cream color, and I'm going to add some texture to it, guys. And what I mean is that if you have a white wall, it's actually much easier to introduce warmth and texture. So you can incorporate like natural materials like wood, rattan, and leather along the whites and cream. So that can create an overall earthy tone. If you don't have natural light in your house and you want to have that whiteness come through because you want to make the space bigger, that gives you so much opportunity to play with your furniture, gives you opportunity to play with your art, the natural materials that I mentioned, and all of this together can break up that monotony of having an all white space. Next, number two, I feel like a lot of people are gonna kind of berate me for this, and it is peel and stick. So I'm going to explain. The peel and stick type of vibes, I feel like it has gotten a lot of popularity, especially for renter-friendly spaces. I totally get it. Peel and stick is the way to go if you don't want to, do a major labor and all these crazy ass repairs. But I'm talking about the peel and stick where it's just like, you didn't have to get the peel and stick. You could have got the real material. You don't have to fake it because it just looks fake than it already is. I'm talking about the faux board and batten, faux slat walls, faux tiles. At the point we need to ask ourselves, if you are actually a homeowner, you have the ability to put these materials, do it. Because at one point, this peel and stick is going to rip, it's going to tear apart, it's going to look funky, there's going to be air bubbles, and it's not going to be appealing long term. I feel like most of the time why it doesn't work, it's because it's just too flat and it doesn't replace the actual real texture. Think of it. Do people really hire contractors in order to put peel and stick? No, you do it yourself. Not everybody is skilled in that set. So instead, I would recommend doing real molding. So when I'm talking about real molding, I'm talking about, crown molding. I'm talking about wainscoting. There are wood slats that can be sold for cheap at your home department stores that are not stained or even pre-stained, and you can install them in a good way instead of it looking flat, like you just placed a sticker on it. Yeah, peel and stick. I said it. It's a sticker, guys, and we need to stay away. Okay, coming up at number three, we have barn doors. I've never had one personally. I've seen people have a barn door in their house, and most of the time it worked when they're actually on a barn. But in this case, stop installing a barn door in your modern home that's already cookie cutter, because I feel like if you're adding that, you're already just fatiguing the house. First of all, they're super noisy. I feel like there's no privacy because there's actually no noise cancellation from a barn door. So while it can be visually appealing, we have other doors to consider. We have our traditional door, excellent for privacy. You can even customize the trim of it where you can elevate a traditional swing door without completely ripping it out. And we also have French doors that provide a classic, elegant look and with good privacy. And you also have pocket doors, and it's more seamless, it's space-saving option, and it's especially good for smaller rooms. And I feel like these barn doors are usually put in the most awkward space. Like, keep the barn doors for actual barns and farmhouses and we'll be okay. Next up at number four, we have cheap maximalism. And yes, maximalism can suck, okay? I know we're going through this whole era where just like we're taking minimalism and we're trying to amp it up, and I totally agree. Like I feel like we went through a period where it was so minimalistic that everything was just cold feeling and just too like wide, and nothing was very like thoughtful or meaningful when you walked inside the home. But maximalism, I don't think it's for everybody. I really don't think it's for everybody because there's a certain way to do it. So I thought maximalism would actually look great in my first home when I got in my living room, especially because, it was a modern space, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm just gonna get a bunch of art. I'm gonna put it all on the wall. I'm gonna have like a bunch of vinyls. I'm gonna put that all over the wall too, and just ended up looking kind of like a hot mess. And here's why it didn't work. There's no focal point. When you are doing a maximalist home, you need to understand what is the focal point of your space. So like, are you intentionally layering the different types of animal prints that you found? Are you intentionally placing different types of vases that you have come across at your thrift store? Just because you are maximizing your space doesn't mean you don't have to think about it. If you edit down to a specific area of your place where you want it to feel cluttered in the right way, I promise you maximalism can work for you. But the people that are just like, yo, yeah, I want to get away from that minimalist look and just get into like, you know, maximalism. Minimalism is boring, it's too modern, blah, blah, blah. I have news for you. It's mostly not gonna work because you already lost. You have to have a style. Even if you have many styles, you have to pick the right styles to make a cohesive look. You can make up your own thing. That's all okay. You can mix modern with Japandi. You can mix contemporary with high luxury. It doesn't matter. It just needs to make sense when you walk into the room. It can make sense for you. I get it. You just want to do your own thing. However, you can get tired of it easily if you don't have the intention. And me saying this is not trying to make you be avoidant of clutter. You just have to think of quality over quantity. Choose a few high impact pieces that you love and just work around them. It will work wonders. Moving over to number 5, we have matchy furniture sets. And I can't believe I'm still saying this in 2025, but the matchy furniture sets gotta go. Big box stores love this, and it's super easy to appeal to the masses because it gives the lazy person that doesn't really know how to decorate their house, or person that's just a beginner, a way to just skip a bunch of things and just get everything that matches, just so it can look clean and you don't have to have a thought process. Being in your own place, you have the opportunity to make up your own design. Although I'm giving rules, I'm giving tips, you can still make up your own design. And the matchy furniture sets are honestly, I feel like it's a way for these big box stores to just get you sold and buy more things and make you more poor. And when you're more poor, you cannot decorate your house. So to avoid your space looking dated by having these matchy furniture sets, here's what you can do. Let's mix and match. So you can start with a neutral base. You can choose a sofa or a bed as your anchor piece and then introduce something contrasting or complementary to the pieces around it. You can also use mixed textures and materials, combine different materials like wood, metal, fabric, all that stuff. You don't have to do wood on wood, metal on metal, velvet on velvet. These can all go together in a way to add visual interest. If you're a person that likes to have your space clean looking and you want it to be visually coherent, then you can accessorize thoughtfully. You can throw a pillow, a blanket, a rug, or other accessories to tie the room together through color and texture. Do not get the bed frame that has the matching side tables. Just don't. Give yourself the opportunity to look at various stores. Coming in at number 6, we have the tiny rugs in your big rooms. Yes, this is a thing that people still do. You still see it around. And I feel like most of the time it is people that are trying to save money. Rugs can be super expensive. You know, they don't want to overextend their budget and buying a large rug. It's an investment. Knowing that it's an investment, find the right rug that you can use for years and you can bring it to every home that you're going to move to for life if you take care of it well. Don't go for the small rug in a big room. The reason why it doesn't work is because there is a visual disconnection when you have a small rug, especially in a big room. It can also make furniture placement issues because you're trying to work around this small rug that's in the middle of your room and it just causes a mess. Small rugs can make the furniture look so isolated and the room appear super choppy and fragmented. A too small rug can make a large room feel smaller than it actually is by drawing the eye inward and to that focal point. So like if you have a coffee table and a couch, cover that coffee table and couch. If you have a coffee table, a couch, and a TV unit, cover all three. You'll know which one to get by measuring your furniture and measuring your room, and also with the function of the space. Coming in at number 7, we have the overdoing of black accents. This one I'm excited to talk about because the overdoing of black accents, I feel like it's never going to die. For some reason, I don't know, I feel like people who are doing like a very dark black bold accent, they immediately think, oh damn, I got like this huge visual poppiness in my home, like it looks so cool, it looks so rich. Most of the time now, no, because I feel like people are doing it wrong. It's trendy for contrast, but it can seem very harsh and soulless. It can just be intense for no reason. You either have to go all in or you just don't add it at all. So it makes sense to have a entire black room. And most of the time it works if you don't have any natural light going in and like you just want to have that bold, intense color. color, it works, and especially in a smaller space. So we're not gonna completely just get over the black accents. I feel like it can still work. If you have an off black color that you can work with, or just like a dark blue, a navy, something that adds like kind of that texturized black look, then you can definitely work with it. So I would say if you really like black color, it's okay, do it, but introduce it lightly, introduce it subtly. Start with small doses, start with a small black accent like a picture frame or lamps or decorative objects or even like a buffet, then gradually add more around it. Don't blend different shades of black, stick to a consistent black because you will see it, you will see the difference. Coming in at number 8, we have bathroom storage. So for bathroom storage, I don't know why we're still doing this, bathroom storage. I don't know why people are trying to store the most in the bathroom because you really don't need that much, guys. Even if you're a high maintenance person or like you just like to really take care of yourself, not every product needs to be stored in the bathroom. And if they are going to be stored in the bathroom and you're just that stubborn that you want your 25 bottles of shampoos, there's a way to do it functionally and timeless. Avoid the over the toilet racks, avoid the trendy storage like bulky showers, enclosures, overly ornate cabinets, excessive use of glass blocks. Prioritize smart and saving solutions. The overall look of your bathroom, you want it to be minimalist. Think of it, when you go to spas, when you go to your favorite gym that's super high lux and everything like that, and you feel so like calm and serene, this is a place where it's super private, it's super intimate, you don't want things to be going on, you're shutting yourself out from the world. You don't want to be tripping over your 25 shampoo bottles. So coming in at our last one, and I think this speaks for itself because we have had so much hate on the gray floors, the gray wash floors and walls are done. I feel like we can all agree on that. It's so ironic because I feel like it didn't even last long. It came and then it just left because I feel like people overdid it. And now, you know, in interior design, you can't overdo things because once you start overdoing something, there's somebody that's gonna come in and be like, well, you know what, this is not cool anymore. Actually, this is better. We thought gray was the best thing to go to because it was like the new thing that like builders were using in order to brighten up their spaces. But we found other colors. We found other neutral colors that work well. So we're gonna go with the earthy ones. You're gonna go with the luxury vinyl floorings. You're gonna go with all of that and we're gonna work around it and have more furniture work with it. I feel like when you have a gray floor, it's very hard to work with furniture. You usually have to go with like white or you're gonna have to go with gray, honestly, and then everything just looks the same. But when you have your earthy tones, you can work with so many different colors and you can mix and match. So all right guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in and going to the end and listening to what I have to say because I feel like everybody has their different opinions. I hope you agreed with my opinion. If you didn't, please let me know in the comments. If you did, please let me know in the comments again. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other videos. I have a bunch of other interior design tips. Also, I'm currently in a new home, so I am doing a whole home journey transformation from scratch. So if you want to follow along my journey and you want to see how I'm turning this cookie cutter home into a super cool decorative space that is kind of designed for its focus, and please check out my playlist and you won't regret it. And I'm gonna see you next time with another video and we are going to chat very soon. Bye.